fine, right? We don't even need to test that. All right, thinking that we were sitting down, I did take my notes on my phone, but we're having a conversation, so I'm going to wing it. My topic tonight is really around how does technology help us innovate social movement, social justice? And I can't start talking about that before I start talking about is that what we want, right? And we've seen that, I mean, I think Damon pointed out, Milton, Vicki, and I know we're going to hear from Jillian after me, that we actually do, right, want to find each other. We want to find a way to innovate our civic space, our civic, what civic engagement is for the 21st century. It currently doesn't feel that good, right? It's not comfortable. It's politics. It's elections. We've lost civic space, and technology gives us an opportunity to actually recreate that marketplace of ideas that we like to pretend we once had in a very free and open way, and that we could actually have if we believe in it. So I want to talk about a couple of things that can help us really innovate in this space, and a couple of examples. First, I want to talk about Columbusing. How many people are familiar with the term Columbusing? Okay, definitely Google it, because it's a great term to know.
Or Megan, because we're with Microsoft.
And yes, absolutely. Definitely, keep me on point. Who is that anyway? So Columbusing is this idea that you get to this land and there's these brown people there, and you go, oh my God, I discovered this land. Have some blankets. Let me move along. When we talk about innovating in communities, we say we're going to bring innovation to Dudley. We're going to bring innovation to Dorchester. Let me give you the number one secret. Poor people have been innovating all their lives. Innovation lives in these places. So how does technology help us? Technology helps us find one another. I think most recently, although I can go back to Jenna 6, where you really saw email helping Black college students find one another and getting themselves on buses to Jenna. Black Lives Matter is, I think, the most current example of how technology helps us find one another. It also helps us aggregate conversations, right? So before, there were all these one time that this cop happened to shoot this black man, but now we can put it on a hashtag and see that it happens every 28 hours, which is the stat of how often it happens. And it can all be done, electronically in real time. A local example of this is the Blackstonian, which started counting the number of deaths in Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan, not only with cops, but with just black-on-black crime. Again, something as simple as a hashtag allows us now to aggregate data, find ourselves. It also allows us to build on movement. So Black Lives Matter, which some might say is a much more working class movement, was able to spawn something called Blacks Brunch, which is not a working class movement, but is reflective of the Blacks who brunch. Because just like there were Black people who were trying to integrate golf courses, there were Black people who were trying to integrate lunch counters. We are actually everywhere and have been for a long time, and technology just helps us find each other so much more quickly and build off of each other and share each other's ideas. The second thing that I think technology helps us do is actually build bridges. So before, where people might not feel comfortable walking into a SNCC meeting, or walking into an SCLC meeting, or walking into a Black Panther meeting, or walking into an SDS meeting, you can actually now find communities and get to know them, and not walk in feeling like you don't have any context for what they're doing. You can also reach out to them immediately and just ask questions. Hey, I'm from here. I want to help. Muslims Lives Matter. How do I do that? Right? You can just shoot that immediately up. So it really not only gives a chance for movement people to find one another, but it gives a chance for their allies to find the movement. I mean, I think what the March on Washington would look like if A. Philip Randolph and others actually had Twitter, right? Because they were doing this. I don't even know the phones that they used back then, but I think they had long distance. I can't imagine as an organizer, Byron Rustin talks about using index cards, and I'm like, what do you put on index cards? I can't even imagine how you would organize the March on Washington without a hashtag. It's like, how do people know where to meet? So, technology just helps us do that so much more effectively. Another point I want to bring up is that it helps people who used to not have the ability to produce toolkits, ideas, content, to produce it for very cheap and to get it, cowbell?
20 seconds.
Oh, okay, and to get it, I'm like, did you lose your cowbell? And to get it out with everyone. So a good example of this is what the Dreamers were able to do. If you look at what the Dreamer kids did all across this country, they did it through technology, through sharing toolkits, sharing it, creating an echo chamber. So I end by saying that technology can help us recognize our own humanity. And let's find the best ways to do this, because civic space cannot be done without love and social responsibility. And that's what technology can help us do. Thank you.